Good morning. This is Ask Marie, and I'm before you to talk about why people are homeless. Everybody has their own story as to what happened, that they're out on the streets with no place to live. Panhandling is not allowed in some places, so the only real way to get money is to at least try to get a job. Try to get a job for something to eat. They do have homeless shelters, I'll agree, but I understand that not all those homeless shelters are up to par with their cleanliness and the people who work there, their attitude. They say they're treated like dogs and things like that. But like I said, we're talking about reasons why you're homeless from the beginning. Generally, it's because you lost your job. You lost your source of income. Now, there's reasons for losing a job. It could be because the company failed and went out of business. In that case, there's really not even a severance pay on that one if they went out of business. And then there's other reasons where your hours were cut back. Before an employer cuts back hours, there are reasons, such as coming to work late, or not coming to work that day at all. And when you do come, you're high off of drugs or alcohol, and you can't perform as you should perform on the job. So that's one reason. Another reason is because, like I said, another reason is that you just don't show up for work for days after day after day, and you get fired. People don't always lose their job. Some of them get fired. Some get laid off, and some get fired. And sometimes a job is just a temporary job for maybe 2, 3 months, or it's seasonal. And in that case, you may be without a job for a period of 4 or 5 months. But I looked at a lot of videos in reference to these campsites, and the way those people keep those campsites is indicative of how they keep their home when they have one. They just throw trash all over the place. A rat won't come to a clean place, generally, unless he's just sick. But if it's filthy and food is all over the place, needles are all over the place, he lives there too, because he's nasty, and so are those that are homeless living like that. They don't have to live like that, but they do. Then I've seen other videos where the campsites are clean. You just keep your area clean around your campsite, and you have fewer problems. Generally, those campsites are in the woods. Out of the city element. Because when you're in the city element and people are just, I'm serious, they're sleeping on pavement. And other people who don't understand are coming by saying, get a job, won't you? Well, you can't get a job if you come in for an interview and you're nasty, your face is not washed, your teeth are not brushing, your hair is not combed, and your clothes are dirty. Who would hire anybody such as that? There are people who give handouts, and they'll give you a packet with where you can brush your teeth and put some deodorant on, and even a shirt, a decent clean shirt. So my question is, what are they doing for themselves? They always talk about what the government owes them, but what are they doing themselves? Now, some of these homeless people only need a hands up. They need maybe the government to step in and do a few things for them so they can get back on their feet. And then there's some people out there that'll only accept hands out. I've seen them say, I don't want the toothbrush and the deodorant, just give me money. Well, that spells drugs, and that's a handout. They wouldn't work even when they had money. They didn't work for it. Some people they're just lazy. They're just lazy. They lay around all day long and blame someone else. Now, those are just reasons for homelessness. There are a lot of factors that come in line with that, because everybody has their story. as to how they got homeless. The woman said, my husband got cut back in his hours on his job, and we couldn't pay the rent. Well, if you don't pay the rent, how is the landlord going to pay the mortgage? So everybody will be out. And what did that man do with those newfound extra hours that he now has? Did he just go around and lay around the house and eat pizza? Or did he try to go out and find a part-time job? Let me know what your feelings are on this issue, because this homeless situation is just growing. It's growing and it's growing, and it's very, very ugly. Leave me your comments and do subscribe. Be blessed.